Hazbin Hotel Season 2 is no longer a dream. It's real. Now, with Season 2's release date set for October 29th, 2025, every question we carried from the finale is about to collide with answers that may be even more dangerous. Will the hotel grow into the symbol of redemption Charlie always dreamed of? Or will it collapse under the weight of secrets, betrayals, and enemies that were always waiting to strike? The redemption story that once looked like hope is about to collide with a storm of power, betrayal, and war that will shake both hell and heaven. The first trailer has revealed just enough to set the stage, but what it doesn't say speaks even louder, because hidden behind every song, every smile, and every promise of redemption lies a darker truth, one that could destroy the hotel before it truly begins. Season 1 gave us a glimpse of redemption in the darkest place imaginable, but it also left behind cracks too big to ignore. Angel Dust's rebellion against Valentino wasn't just a personal victory. It was proof that Charlie's dream might actually work. For the first time, someone in hell found a way to break free from the chains of corruption and violence that bound them. That single act turned the Hazbin Hotel from a joke into a threat, because in hell, change doesn't go unnoticed, and power never shifts without consequences. The overlords saw it, Vox saw it, and most of all, Alastair saw it. The radio demon has always been there, smiling in the shadows, helping when it suits him, holding back when it doesn't. But no one really believes Alastair is on Charlie's side. His power, his history, his very nature, none of it fits into the idea of redemption. So why does he stay? Why does he play along? That question lingers like smoke, and Season 2 might finally force an answer, because what Alastair hides could destroy everything before Charlie's hotel even finds its footing. The trailer wastes no time reminding us of that tension. The Hazbin Hotel is alive now, buzzing with energy, purpose, and the fragile hope of its first true success. But the shadows have grown darker, and heaven itself has entered the game. We're not just talking about sinners trying to redeem themselves anymore. We're talking about a war between worlds. The trailer teases Abel, voiced by Patrick Stump, stepping into hell as the son of Adam, carrying the weight of heaven's expectations and the burden of family history that could tear open wounds as old as creation itself. Abel isn't just another character, he's a symbol, a living reminder that heaven is watching, and it will not stand by quietly while Charlie rewrites the rules. His arrival means confrontation is inevitable, and the stage is set for chaos unlike anything Season 1 dared to touch. What makes it more thrilling is the timing. Season 1 ended with hope, but also uncertainty. Charlie and Vaggie were struggling to hold the hotel together even as they celebrated Angel's victory. Vox and his overlords were circling, waiting for the right moment to strike. And Alastair? He was watching, grinning, calculating, as if every step forward was also one step deeper into his own game. The trailer hints that the conflict isn't confined to hell anymore. For the first time, heaven and hell are about to meet on the same stage. And that means the stakes are higher, the battles are fiercer, and the choices are heavier. Charlie's dream isn't just about saving sinners anymore, it's about rewriting the very laws that govern the afterlife. And if that dream threatens heaven's order, then Abel's arrival could be the match that lights the fire of war. Every step Angel takes toward freedom, every choice Charlie makes to save the hotel, every secret Alastair keeps buried, it's all leading toward a clash that feels unavoidable. This is the world we're about to walk into. A world where redemption is no longer just a dream, but a weapon. A world where Abel's innocence and Alastair's deception could shatter everything. And a world where Charlie must decide if she's willing to pay the price for hope when the entire system is ready to crush her. Hazbin Hotel Season 2 isn't just a continuation, it's the beginning of a war that could tear apart both heaven and hell. And the scariest part? The hotel, Angel Dust, Charlie, even Alastair, they might not survive it. If Season 1 was about proving that redemption was possible, then Season 2 is about proving whether it can survive. That's the real difference now. Angel Dust showed everyone in hell that chains can be broken, but the moment he broke free from Valentino, he didn't just change himself, he changed the game. The overlords, who thrive on control and chaos, suddenly had a problem. A hotel that can free sinners means a threat to their empire. And when it comes to Vox, Velvet, Valentino, and the rest, threats are handled with blood, fire, and manipulation. The trailer hints at Vox making his move, broadcasting his influence like a cancer spreading across hell's streets. He knows the hotel is gaining ground, and if Charlie keeps winning, hell itself might start to shift. But Vox isn't the only one plotting. In every shot, Alastair's smile lingers like a mask hiding a storm, his voice carrying promises that never reveal the truth. Some fans believe Alastair made a deal long ago, one that gave him his terrifying power but bound him to rules no one else can see. If the hotel is indeed challenging the very system that powers him, then Season 2 might expose what that deal really cost, and why Alastair has stayed so close to Charlie's little dream. The most unsettling part is that Alastair's motives don't need to be evil to be dangerous. He might see the hotel as entertainment, a grand game played out in the flames of hell. He might believe he can twist redemption into something darker, reshaping it for his own purpose. Or maybe, just maybe, he fears what Charlie is building because it cuts too close to his own past. Whatever the truth is, one thing feels certain. His secret could unravel everything. The trailer shows us flashes, small details that scream louder the more you think about them. Alastair's silence when heaven is mentioned, his laughter when Charlie talks about hope, the way his eyes linger not on the sinners trying to change but on the system trembling at the thought of change. That's not coincidence, that's foreshadowing. And when Season 2 begins, we'll find out whether Alastair is the hotel's greatest ally or the weapon waiting to destroy it from within. And then there's Abel. His introduction isn't just another name added to the cast, it's a declaration. Heaven is now on the board. Patrick Stump's voice gives Abel both innocence and weight, the kind of tone that suggests someone caught between destiny and doubt. The lore of Abel, the brother of Cain, has always been soaked in tragedy, betrayal, and loss. Imagine that pain finding its way into hell, colliding with sinners who know nothing but corruption and overseers who crave destruction. Abel's presence raises new questions that Season 1 never dared to ask. Will heaven truly stand behind him, or is he being thrown into hell as a pawn in their war against Charlie's dream? And if Abel begins to question heaven itself, what happens then? Does he fall? Does he side with Charlie? Or does he unleash something neither side can control? The trailer gives us just enough to feel the tension but refuses to spell it out. One moment, we see Abel standing tall, light glowing faintly around him like a shield. The next, his face is clouded with doubt, his eyes burning with something that looks a lot like fear. That's the genius of Hazbin Hotel. It never shows you the whole card. It leaves you guessing, doubting, piecing together fragments until the truth finally crashes down. And with Abel's arrival, the balance between heaven and hell has never looked shakier. Adam's fall at the end of Season 1 created a vacuum, a leadership void that heaven has to fill. Abel is their answer, but if he fails, then what? Heaven may come crashing down with him, and Charlie's hotel could be caught right in the middle. Meanwhile, hell itself isn't standing still. The overlords aren't just waiting for heaven to make its move, they're sharpening their knives, tightening their grip, and preparing to strike. Vox, in particular, represents a new kind of threat. In Season 1, we saw glimpses of his obsession with control, his hunger for dominance, and his hatred for anything that breaks his system. Now, in Season 2, he seems ready to unleash it all. The trailer flashes images of neon screens, static, and shadows spreading across hell like infection. Vox isn't just fighting Charlie, he's broadcasting fear, corrupting the very foundation of hell's hierarchy to ensure that redemption never takes root. If the hotel is a beacon of hope, then Vox is the storm that will try to snuff it out. And if Abel's presence brings heaven closer, then Vox may not be fighting alone. Alliances are shifting, enemies are multiplying, and Charlie is standing in the center of a battlefield she never asked for. This is where the suspense tightens, because it's not just about whether the hotel can work anymore, it's about whether Charlie, Angel, Vaggie, and even Alastair can survive the storm coming for them. Season 2 feels less like a continuation and more like an escalation. Every victory from Season 1 comes with a price. Every dream carries a shadow, and every character is about to be tested in ways they never imagined. The trailer promises music, laughter, and chaos, but underneath, it's whispering something darker. That hell itself is about to change, and heaven isn't ready for what comes next. The hotel may have sparked a flame, but flames can spread, and when they do, they burn everything in their path. And that's the terrifying beauty of Hazbin Hotel Season 2. It's not just about saving sinners anymore. It's about surviving the firestorm that redemption has unleashed. Charlie has always carried the weight of hell on her shoulders, but in Season 2, that weight grows heavier than ever before. In Season 1, she clung to hope, even when everyone laughed in her face. She believed redemption was possible when hell itself told her it wasn't. And she proved it with Angel Dust. That single victory transformed the hotel from a joke into a symbol. But symbols attract enemies, and now Charlie's dream is no longer just her burden, it's a battlefield. The trailer reminds us of this shift in tone. The Hazbin Hotel isn't just a quirky experiment anymore, it's a threat to centuries of tradition, both in hell and in heaven. And when tradition feels threatened, those who benefit from it fight back with everything they have. Charlie is about to learn that saving sinners is easy compared to surviving the wrath of those who never wanted sinners to be saved. Vaggie, always Charlie's anchor, is caught in the middle of this storm. Her love for Charlie is unquestionable, but Season 1 already showed the cracks, moments where doubt crept in, where the weight of failure threatened to break them apart. Season 2 is ready to push that tension even further. The trailer gives us flashes of Vaggie standing alone, weapon in hand, her eyes filled with defiance and fear. She's not just protecting Charlie anymore, she's protecting a dream that everyone wants to kill. And that raises the question, how long can love survive when war surrounds it? Vaggie has always been a fighter, but this time, the fight isn't just against demons with power. It's against heaven's chosen, overlords with empires, and the secrets that even Alastair refuses to reveal. If Charlie is the heart of the hotel, then Vaggie is its sword. But swords can break, and the danger of Season 2 lies in how far she's willing to go to defend what may already be slipping through her fingers. Then there's Angel Dust, the face of redemption, the proof that Charlie's dream isn't just a fantasy, but freedom doesn't erase scars, and Season 2 will test Angel in ways that cut deeper than Valentino ever could. He's no longer under Valentino's grip, but that doesn't mean he's free. Trauma lingers, old habits whisper, and enemies remember. The trailer hints at Angel struggling to hold on, trying to define himself beyond the role he's always been forced into. His rebellion was a victory, but victories in hell come with costs. Will the other sinners see him as proof of redemption or as a target for punishment? And when Abel arrives, glowing with the weight of heaven's expectations, how will Angel react to someone who represents everything he's been told he can never reach? Angel's story isn't over, it's only just begun. And Season 2 may reveal that breaking chains is only the first step. Living free is the harder battle. Abel's role only makes this struggle sharper. His presence isn't just symbolic, it's personal. For Charlie, Abel may represent the validation she's always wanted. Proof that heaven is paying attention, that her dream isn't just a childish fantasy. But Abel isn't heaven's blessing, he's heaven's test. The trailer makes it clear that Abel isn't stepping into hell as a savior. He's stepping in as a question mark, torn between loyalty to heaven and empathy for those who suffer below. His voice, filled with both determination and doubt, echoes like a warning. Heaven doesn't send messengers without purpose. If Abel falters, then heaven will come crashing down harder than ever. And if Abel sympathizes with Charlie's dream, then the war between heaven and hell could ignite faster than anyone expects. That's the danger of his arrival. It doesn't settle the conflict, it fuels it. Heaven may believe Abel is their answer, but in hell, answers have a way of turning into chaos. What's more unsettling is how Abel's story mirrors the oldest wounds of creation itself. Cain and Abel, brothers torn apart by jealousy and violence. That myth still echoes, and Hazbin Hotel Season 2 is daring to bring it into the fire. Imagine Abel arriving in hell, carrying centuries of pain, while Cain waits somewhere in the shadows, burning with rage. If Cain appears, and the theories are growing louder, it could shatter not just Abel's mission, but the fragile line between redemption and damnation. The trailer never confirms it, but the silence itself feels like a promise. If Abel is here, then Cain cannot be far behind. And if the brothers collide in hell, Charlie's dream could become the battlefield for the oldest family feud in history. That's the kind of storytelling that Hazbin thrives on. Personal pain wrapped in cosmic stakes, human flaws reflected in eternal battles. All the while, Alastair continues to loom. The radio demon untouched, unshaken, smiling as though the world is his stage. Fans have always wondered about his true motive, and the trailer teases that Season 2 will finally peel back the curtain. Is his power tied to a deal? Is his loyalty to Charlie genuine, or just amusement? The hints are there. His silence when Abel is mentioned, his smirk when Vox threatens the hotel, the shadows that stretch just a little too far behind him. The more Charlie builds, the closer Alastor seems to stand, as if waiting for the moment when her dream either succeeds or collapses. And when it collapses, will he let it fall, or will he push it himself? That's the knife hanging over the hotel, and the trailer sharpens its edge. Season 2 isn't just about expanding the world, it's about unraveling it. Heaven, hell, redemption, love, power, and secrets, all colliding in one fragile hotel that was never meant to survive. Charlie's hope, Vaggie's strength, Angel's freedom, Abel's arrival, Alastor's secret, and Vox's fury, each thread pulls tighter, weaving a story that feels less like a second season and more like the opening of a war. A war that could destroy the hotel, tear apart heaven and hell, and break the very idea of redemption itself. That's what the trailer whispers. That's what the silence between its songs screams. And that's what makes Hazbin Hotel Season 2 not just exciting, but terrifying. Because the truth is, redemption isn't just fragile, it's dangerous. And in Season 2, danger is everywhere. The storm inside Westminster only deepened as the hours turned into days, and every passing moment felt like a countdown toward collapse. Keir Starmer may have tried to project calm, but behind closed doors the truth was far darker than what the cameras showed. Senior Labour MPs, once loyal allies, began to huddle in secret meetings, whispering about the future of the party and whether Starmer had already crossed the point of no return. Some spoke of betrayal, of how the leader who promised integrity and honesty had instead dragged the labor movement into the depths of scandal. Others, more cautious, feared that removing him now would shatter the party entirely, handing power back to the Conservatives on a silver platter. But the dam had cracked, and there was no stopping the flood. Evidence of financial misconduct, accusations of silencing critics, and the shocking claims of political prisoners under Starmer's government painted a picture that could not be ignored. The media, sensing blood, circled like vultures. Newspapers ran front-page spreads, television panels debated endlessly, and social media erupted with fury. Hashtags calling for his resignation trended worldwide, while protesters filled the streets demanding accountability. The air in London became thick with anger and unease, as if the entire nation held its breath, waiting for the final blow that would bring Starmer's empire crashing down. Meanwhile, across the aisle, the Conservatives watched with a mixture of satisfaction and dread. Satisfaction because their greatest rival was crumbling from within, but dread because the crisis was dragging the entire political system into disrepute. The whispers grew louder that the monarchy itself might be forced to intervene if Parliament could not restore stability. Such an act would not only humiliate Starmer, but shake the very foundations of British democracy. And yet, the Prime Minister seemed oblivious to the reality of his downfall. He continued to dismiss critics as opportunists and traitors, even as his own shadow cabinet prepared to abandon him. Resignations piled up one after another, first junior ministers, then senior figures, until only a handful of diehard loyalists remained by his side. The once ironclad image of Starmer as a disciplined, unshakable leader now looked like the desperate posturing of a man cornered by his own sins.